I recently reviewed the Simucube active pedal and their passive throttle pedal. The throttle pedal is a somewhat cost-effective alternative if you want only an active pedal for using as your brake, rather than a second active pedal for the throttle. I had an overall positive impression of both the Simucube active pedal and their throttle. It's incredibly smooth and offers the standard hardware adjustments found on most SimRacing pedals. Now, Simucube recently released an optional throttle damper for those seeking even more control over the throttle. This can be attached to the Simucube throttle to further smoothen out quick movements during pressing and releasing. They sent one over for me to test out, and so in this short video, I'm going to discuss how to install it, adjust it, and my overall impressions of using it, and whether I think it's worth picking up. This small hydraulic damper attaches to the pedal arm and then the subframe. It ensures smoother movement when pressing or releasing the throttle. Essentially, it aids in more precise throttle movement, which should result in more consistent and accurate throttle presses on things like exiting a corner or accelerating. The accessory costs about 117 euros, which may seem high to some, but before I discuss my thoughts on pricing, let's cover everything else you need to know. The damper attaches using the pre-drilled holes already found on the throttle pedal, and all the necessary hardware and an Allen key are included with the damper in the box. Mounting is as easy as it can be and doesn't require taking apart the pedal, and you may even be able to do it with the pedal still installed on your rig, depending on your setup. Now, when it comes to adjusting the dampening level, this needs to be done before you mount it to the pedal. It's a matter of pushing in from one end of the damper and turning clockwise at the same time. Although I was satisfied with the default level of damping, and the Simucube throttle already felt great without it, I found that I really enjoyed using it more with this damper installed. It reminded me of the feeling of the throttle pedal on my previous daily drivers, the Ultimate Plus, which has dampers pre-installed on each pedal arm. In my opinion, this damper does improve the Simucube throttle, making precise throttle modulation much easier. Without the damper, the pedal can move too quickly when accelerating, perhaps out of an exit, or during back and forth navigation in certain sections. But with the damper, the throttle performance was just perfect. It's nice that Simucube is offering additional accessories to enhance its products, but the damper feels like it probably should have been included with the throttle in the box. Those who don't like it then could simply remove it. While I obviously don't know the actual cost or feasibility of doing this, it would have been a nice addition. That being said, a throttle's dampening hydraulic feel is a matter of personal preference. Not everyone will appreciate it, so perhaps offering it as an optional accessory for customization makes sense as well. Those already pretty content with the throttle can maybe disregard it, but however, now that I've tried it, I would honestly miss it if I removed it. It's interesting how our preferences can change with experience. Here's my recommendation. If you're happy with the throttle, you might not need this. However, if you feel you could benefit from some additional dampening, this little hydraulic damper will probably solve your issue. Now, whether it's worth over 100 euros is up for debate. It would be easier to recommend to anyone with the Simucube throttle pedal if this was half the price, but it seems more suited for those who always felt like something was missing from their throttle. For those still on the fence and considering the active pedal and pairing it with a Simucube throttle, might now be considering adding the damper to their shopping cart if the additional cost isn't an issue. Hey, what's another 100 euros if you're spending thousands of dollars on pedals, right? Well, my suggestion would be honestly just get it. I think it makes the throttle essentially perfect now in my opinion, or if you're really not sure you'll need it, perhaps just order the throttle first, see how you like it, and then you can always order a damper later. That's probably the best advice I can give. Ultimately, this product is very straightforward. There's not much more I can say about it. It's well made and it delivers on its intended use. Installation is a breeze, and it doesn't require dismantling the whole pedal, which is a bonus. You might be able to find a cheaper alternative, but then you would need to ensure it's compatible and the right size. At least with Simucube's option, you know it's been tested with this pedal for its intended use. Thanks for watching. Share with me your thoughts in the comments. If you already have a Simucube throttle, are you considering the damper? If you already own the damper, what has been your experience or feedback? If you have any questions or feedback on the video for me, don't hesitate to let me know. If you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, consider doing so and hit the bell to be notified when I release a new video. Until the next one, stay safe and enjoy your racing.